Hi guys, this is Match Throw and we are playing Criminal Case Traveling Time. And we are going to case number 17 in Alter Present. We got into a group of people who resist headquarters Alter 2029. Yeah, we are in resistance now who are trying to get rid of the Ptolemy dynasty, and they already know that this time there is something wrong in their timeline, which isn't our timeline, so Katria, we managed to get back to 2029, but everything is different. New York is now New Cairo and is under the oppressive rule of the Ptolemy dynasty, who changed the timeline to get into power. The regime's guards arrested us and took Nebet. We have no idea where she is or even if she's okay. We are worried that she might be offered up as a slave during tonight's 5th of July celebrations to commemorate Ptolemy rule. As for us, we managed to escape the Ptolemy guards and are now fugitives running from the law. Luckily, we made contact with an underground rebel faction fighting the regime and gained the trust of their leader, Isabel Huxley. Isabel's let us hide their secret headquarters here and has given us free access to all their equipment. In this altered present, time doesn't exist, which means our chief scout wasn't working there. Instead, he joined forces with this resistance group until he got murdered. The chief suspected something was amiss with the time-space continuum, but we are not sure exactly what he discovered. Katria, finding my mentor dead was one of my saddest moments. Katria, I need your help. It's my son. He's been murdered. What? How? It just can't be. Isabel, please try to calm down and tell us what happened. My son's been found dead, murdered, at the black market. I've got to find the monster who murdered Storm. Isabel, we're sorry for your loss, but if you want to find Storm's killer, there's no one better than Katarina in our team. You're right, Amy. You already proved yourselves as expert detectives. I'll be here if you need me. Right, Katerina. Zara, go to the black market and find out what happened to Storm Huxley. But put on your disguises first in case you bump into any Ptolemy guards. Amy, could you have found anything clue that is weak for me? How do I look, Katerina? Good to go. Perfectly unrecognizable, Zara. Now, get yourselves to the market. To think that we wouldn't need any kind of disguise in Alter Present, and now we need a disguise to hide ourselves from the Ptolemy guards. Okay, let's go to Black Market Alley. And what about the clothes? Are we wearing some kind of disguise? Instead of just wigs? Oh, it looks like he was shot with some kind of laser. There's a big hole in his chest. Good idea, there's a huge hole in that man. Oh, so we are wearing just wigs and not any kind of different clothes. Okay. His face matched the description Isabel gave us of her son, Storm Huxley. Storm's not bleeding from his wound at all. What kind of weapon could have caused this? I say some kind of laser. You also found the victim's dog tag. It must have been pulled off in a scuffle with the killer. We should get a sample of that orange liquid. Yeah, this is Storms' wallet. There's his initials. We better look inside for clues, Katerina. And you have a very cool name, Storm. Very nice. Let's first search through Storms' wallet. Oh, a picture. Katia, the video had a photo of himself with a woman and child in his wallet. Their names are written, Storm, Sadie, and Otto. They must be his family. You're right, we better find this Sadie and pass on the bad news. Okay. Okay, now let's collect this smudge from the dog tag. We got a sample of the orange liquid left by the killer on the victim's dog tag, Katerina. Now let's hope Theo will be able to use the tools the resistors have to analyze the substance. Okay, well it's probably going to be better than... I hope you took the microscope from the chief's apartment. Microscope will be enough for you. Hey dudes, what you in the market for today? I got some sweet vintage iPeach watches just come in. iPeach? Don't you mean... anyway, we were actually here with some bad news. Storm Huxley was found murdered earlier today. Storm's dead? But who the heck are you anyway? How did you know about my boyfriend? We are, friends with his mother. Oh, that darn resistance. I told Storm being a rebel would get him killed. I've never wanted anything to do with them, and I want nothing to do with you either. So, why don't you go and have some Storm's resistant friends and let me grieve in peace? I guess you're not into resistance. Katria, we're not gonna give much for Sadie, her current state. How about we go take a look through Storm's belongings at the resistance headquarters? Okay, probably we'll find out who did he know. And who would have wanted him dead. God, they were all there. Wow, Katrina. Have you seen the works of art the resistors are hoarding? They've even got the Mona Lisa. But you're right, Gaki will help us catch our killer. Let's see what clues you found. What's in that book? Oh, it's a note addressed to the victim. Let's recover the rest of the message. And this looks like a hologram device. We better unlock it. Okay, let's dust this note. History lesson at 6. Don't be late. Oh, history class. Katrina, the note on the book says, Storm, history lesson at 6. Don't be late. So, someone was giving history lessons to our victim. Could this be related to the altered timeline? The Resistance have extensive identity records, Katrina. Let's see if they can help us match the handwriting to someone. Okay. Okay, now let's unlock the hologram machine. Oh, the password is supposed to be hologram. Okay, let's see what's gonna show. You got the hologram device unlocked, Trina. Let's play the last sent message. Mom, I'm still mad as hell about our fight last night. We need to talk. So, we had a fight with Isabel Huxley last night. Isabel didn't mention this. We should ask her about it. Well, I was wondering if you were gonna cover our suspect list or not. Okay, now the handwriting. Sirius Atwood. Katrina, the records show that the note to our victim was written by a Sirius Atwood. He also said that Atwood's a historian helping out the resistance. Let's talk to him. Okay, let's see what they're going to say about it. Well, maybe he can help us track down what kind of glitches in history happened so we can fix them and Tommy family wouldn't exist then. Katrina, got any leads on my son's murder? Well, we found out that you and Storm argued last night. Why didn't you tell us about that? I don't think it was important. Storm and I had our clashes, but doesn't every family? Granted, leading a group of rebels in a totalitarian regime doesn't leave much time to be an attentive mother. So your argument had nothing to do with your son's death? It was just a silly tip about him not checking in with me enough, although if he hadn't fought, Storm wouldn't have run off and might still be alive. Okay. Okay, now let's chat with this guy. Mr. Atwood, we are investigating the murder of Storm Huxley. Yes, a man slain in the prime of youth, just like Joan of Arc before him. We understand you're a historian helping the resistance? I am indeed. It is my ambition to acquire as many historic objects as I can, such as the ones you see around you. You see, the Ptolemy regime is intent on destroying anything they find culturally subversive, whether it be books, paintings, or a rock and roll record. But these pieces are vital in preventing our human spirit and history from dying. Speaking of death, do you know anyone who might have wanted to harm Storm? Well, being in the resistance comes with its risks, and Storm knew that as much as any of us. And just like every revolutionary, we are all willing to die for our cause. Now, I must take my leave, but I hear that your team is also embellished by a historian. Let's make his acquaintance soon. Okay. Let's see with what was Storm killed. Oh, Katrina, seeing the Resistance's leader's dead son has got me fretting about my grandchildren. I can imagine, Janice. It's times like these I'm relieved that I don't have a family. We are your family, Zara. Oh, you're right, Janice, and I'm glad I know where you all are. Except for poor catch and a bet, of course. But enough of my woes, let's talk about your victim. That hole in his chest was quite subtle, wasn't it? And the wound was proof cauterized. There wasn't a drop of blood spilled. It's clear that the killer used a laser gun to cause such an injury. A laser gun? Of course. And as you already deduced, there was a scuffle before the murder, so I checked for any evidence the killer might have left on the victim. And I found bruised tissue on the victim's neck, along with traces of cooked tomatoes, garlic, and olive oil. These are all the components of tomato sauce used on pizzas, which means your killer indulges in this Italian dish when they are not committing murder. Ooh, could use some pizza. Well, at least pizza still exists in his timeline, Katerina. And I hope the killer likes theirs with a generous topping of justice. Okay. Okay, now the orange liquid. Wow, Katerina, I almost didn't recognize you in your disguise. I don't have a disguise at all. Nobody knows about me. Yeah, Katerina looks amazing while I'm stuck with this boring week. Zara, you could be wearing a sack and you'd still be the least boring person in the room. That's cause you're biased, Theo. And sweet. But we'll talk more about that once we solve Storm Huxley's murder. For now, why don't you tell us about the orange substance we found on his dog tag? Well, the sample took a bit long to analyze with the limited equipment we have. But I finally figured it out. The orange liquid was a melted vitamin D tablet. Vitamin D is what we get naturally from the sun to keep our bones and teeth healthy. Janice confirmed that there were no supplements in the victim's system, so it's your killer who needs a vitamin D boost. Vitamin D supplements may keep our killer healthy, but it won't help them run from us, Katerina. Spend some more time in the sun and you won't need vitamin D. Katerina, the day after we move in with resistance, we find ourselves investigating a murder. Storm Huxley, the resistance leader's son, was found shot dead with a laser gun. We're sorry Storm's murder as a favor to Isabel, who is understandably devastated. His girlfriend is also upset and doesn't seem to like the resistance much. We also met the Resistance's historian who has been collecting pieces of art to save them from being destroyed by the ruling Ptolemy regime. Being part of a rebel faction is dangerous, so it's clear that... Well... Hi? Who are... just the people I've been looking for. See what our next crime scene would be, because I did the differences. I don't like where this is going. Alright, we gotta stop here, we gotta continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!